Brigette Lacquette, Mallard, Manitoba, Cody First Nation, and I'm a pro scout for the Chicago Blackhawks.
Boy, you're doing a good job. All right, let's turn around. Yay!
I grew up in a small Métis community about 4 hours north of Winnipeg called Mallard, Manitoba. It's about 150 people there growing up, and there's nothing there. There's a water pump house and houses. I actually had to beg my dad to put me into hockey. Him and my grandpa both thought it was kind of a, it's a boys' sport, it's rough. Finally, he bought my first pair of skates, and I kind of never looked back. The outdoor rink that my dad made me, I could spend hours on there just stick handling and shooting and skating, and finally he put me into organized hockey in Winnipegosis, which is about a 45 to 50-minute drive. I played hockey there for a few years. Our first summer hockey tournament, I think it was in Winnipeg, and I got into a shoving match with a girl in the corner, and I was skating up the ice, and she called me a dirty Indian. And I was angry. I cried because I'm a crier, and I was just so frustrated, I think, when I kind of encountered that. And my dad helped me with that. He kind of turned that negative into a positive, and he told me to beat them on the ice. It's just it was so simple, but it was kind of using that, turning that into motivation. Overcoming that obstacle of racism in hockey, I kind of used that, again, as motivation. It did get tiring to be called every single name in the book, but then it's okay, they're only taunting you because you're one of the better players on the ice, right? So then you just you kind of just push through it. And how, I guess I always thought how you respond to it is tells a lot about you. In 2018, I became the first First Nation to play on Canada's women's Olympic team. When I was at the Olympics, my sister had made a Facebook page, a fan page for me, and she was kind of managing it, and that's kind of when people started to know my name. Then Chicago had reached out to me, actually reached out to my Facebook fan page, and I was like, wait, that's kind of interesting, and I opened it and thought I was getting punked. And they said the role was a pro scout, and my region will be the Western Hockey League, and I'll be watching all the NHL drafted kids that play in the Western Hockey League, and I'll be basically tracking their progress, writing reports on them, and letting them know if I'm a fan of them or not. Okay, so my name is Brigette Lacquette. I'm from, thank you. We're on the NHL Indigenous Alumni Tour. We're in Fishing Lake today. We're here to motivate the kids.
I believe with all my heart that what Brigette achieved and what she's had to face, our hats are off. She's just a wonderful ambassador, not only for the female gender, but for her generation of Indigenous blood.
Can you tell me about the picture?
Well, it's an Indigenous person waving their hand to the sun.
I'm a part of the NHL Player Inclusion Committee as well as the Female Hockey Advisory Committee for the NHL. Our main goal is to make sure that everyone is accepted and equal to each other. And anyone could play hockey, and I think the NHL is doing a great job. We still have a ways to go, but we're moving in the right direction. To be a role model for the Indigenous youth, it's extremely important to me. I think, growing up, I didn't have that person in my sport that was, that looked like me, that went through the same things that I did, and I guess to be that person for so many other people, it's honestly an honor to see the kids interact with them, and then it's oh my goodness, you're Brigette Lacquette, but it's I'm just like you, I was just like you. It is possible to achieve your goals through sport and make it to the NHL, or make the Olympic team or play on Team Canada, and just reassuring them that it is going to be hard, but it's worth it. Inspiring the youth is number one. Even if it just reaches one person, that's enough for me. Hockey is for everyone, and it doesn't matter where you come from.